Hello guys, finally I'm back, able to cast some of these sponsored games brought to you by StarCastTV. We had to take a bit of a hiatus, and the reason for that is because we moved to Korea. It only took us 20 years to get here, but finally we've made it. I actually can't believe it. I'm so excited to actually be here, but I'm more excited to bring to you this best of 3 series that we've got between Sorry and Beast. And it's actually going to be a very special series because all of the games are going to be played on foreigner-made maps, including some of the BSL maps. So with that said, let's just get straight into it. Our first map is going to be Bubbles. This is made by a map maker named Jukato. It's very similar to Fighting Spirit, also kind of combined with Circuit Breakers. So it should be an interesting map. Both of these players probably have limited experience on it, but because it is so similar to Fighting Spirit, you can probably expect to see just standard build orders. So let's get a quick look at the actual map. You can see we have standard natural, standard third base. Now the one thing that is a little bit different compared to Fighting Spirit is we have these double bridges, and also the pathway to the third base looks a little wider than Fighting Spirit. But because our matchup this time is Terran versus Zerg, I don't really think that's going to come into play. Also, the nat of this particular position, I can already tell, is very similar to Fighting Spirit, very hard for turrets to actually defend. So our players, of course, are Beast, and we have Beast at bottom left, Sorry at bottom right. Now for those of you who do not know who Sorry is, Sorry made it to the round of 16 in our last KSL. Actually had a really crazy group. It was surprising that he actually did so well, even though he was eliminated there. His match scores were 6-7 overall, actually eliminated Sharp. And in his group, he also had Soma and Snow, so actually just a group of death. Really impressive that he ended up actually going 6-7. Now Beast, on the other hand, this guy is an actual monster online. He always does well online. Recently, he took out Flash in KCM, so this guy is super hot right now. I actually got to meet him at ACS qualifiers. It was very cool to meet him. He introduced me as a foreign pro, which I found kind of hilarious because we just got eliminated in the second round. Now as far as this game goes, Beast opening for a 12 pool. Now will he go gas? Okay, he is going to go fast gas. Now when you open pool first builds, I'm a big fan of the gas openers, or quick gas openers, because it allows you to get your lair up super fast. With the 12 pool opener, you're going to get Lings out pretty quickly. That means you can push the SCV out. And when you push the SCV out, it all of a sudden turns this matchup into a Zerg versus Protoss type situation where Terran has limited intel and kind of has to guess whether you're going lurkers or mutas. Now back on this side of the map, we do have Sorry actually going for a 12 gas. And I've talked about this on previous casts, that I really think that 12 gas into Goliath play is really going to fall out of fashion. So this could be a 1-1-1. It's been a while since 1-1-1 has been in fashion, so I think that we really could see a 1-1 style. We may even see something like Race. You know, maybe Sorry will pull out his Interlata. So we'll have to wait and see how Sorry wants to respond here. He does see that it is a 12 pool. He does see that the lair is instantly going up, such a fast lair. Now these 4 Lings, like I said, they can kill this SCV pretty quickly, and then Terran's going to be in the dark. And we know players like Zealot like to go fast lurkers, even other players like PCS Name go for fast lurkers. So really it's mandatory that this SCV stays alive as long as possible. Now the lair is approaching halfway done. He really needs to keep this SCV alive maybe like 15 seconds longer, but it looks like the Lings are actually going to take it down, getting so low. And with this SCV going down, the lair is halfway done. This would be a perfect timing for a Hydrant, and it looks like we may actually see that. No, the drone is going to just transfer to the natural. So it is just going to be standard muta play. Now back on Beast side of the map, we see that he is going for a fast command center. It's not going to be a fast starport follow-up. Everything is pretty normal, and I do like the high ground mix-up of building the command center, because one of the vulnerabilities of going for the low ground command center versus a fast pool opener like this is they can just build so many Lings so quickly. He's going to have speed kicking in pretty soon, and then your bunker really just gets overrun. Now Beast is going to bleed off a couple Lings here, but he does confirm that this is tech play. And behind this, Spire has gone up. I don't see a Sunken at the natural though. That means that Beast is going to try and defend this with just Lings, and I don't know about that. Speed probably is done now, but Vultures are so cost efficient versus just Lings that he's going to have to be very careful. One Vulture already has 3 kills, soon to be 4. Great control so far already. Vulture is dealing way too much damage, almost gets a drone there. Look at the Vulture spin around right there. Gets off a free shot. Now we have 2 Vultures, a third one coming across the map too. Beast is in big time trouble. Looks like these Lings are gonna get us around. No, they're not able to get around it. The control on the Vulture is actually crazy. One Vulture actually manages to go down, but the Ling count has been thinned out so much. Beast is really scrambling to just survive at this point, and every larva that he uses to make Lings, those could have been drones. So really it feels like this was a big blunder to not just build a sunken colony. Vultures push in again, actually get a drone kill. Now that's massive. Every drone's so huge at this point. It's going to put Beast even more all in. Ling's not able to get us around. And behind this, what is Sorry actually going for? We see a second factory. Armory, actually. So it is just going to be standard Goliath follow-up. Now the Vulture does get caught. But still, so much damage done with these Vultures. How many Lings did he actually kill? He's still continuing to build Lings. And the Spire's done. It's actually done, but I don't see any mutas in production. Also, we don't have a second gas. So after he builds these first 6 mutas, that's it. We're not going to have really many more mutas after that. Or if he slowly builds it up, at least it's not just going to be, it's not going to be 20 all of a sudden out of nowhere. It's going to be maybe like 10, 11. And by then, Beast should really have like 8, 9, 10 Goliaths at that point. I think he will just be fine. Now the damage was just absurd from these Vultures. More than likely, Beast is going to be forced to just go all in at this point. And really all he has to do to defend this is just get up a good SimCity. I'd like to see a depot, a bunker somewhere. This looks like that is going to be a depot here. And we already have the first 3 Goliaths out. Meanwhile, only 2 mutas out. So what can Beast really do? Also, turrets are fantastically placed. We've got armory spinning. Looks like it's going to be +1 weapon, which I do find to be a bit surprising because +1 armor is so good, especially if you're going to go for a timing. And after so much damage being dealt, I really would have expected him to go for a timing. But I guess Sorry has other plans. He's just going to go for the defensive style, going to potentially 2-1. Now behind this, is Beast actually going to try and transition? It doesn't look like it. More mutas coming out. We have actually 2 drones mining the natural. Assuming he has to use one to build an extractor, that means we're going to have 1 drone. Literal 0 econ for Beast. 35 SCVs to 13 drones. He's just super all in at this point. So he's going to have probably 1 attack to win this game. And if it fails, Sorry's going to take an easy lead in this series. You do see a bunch of larvae being banked up, so it's probably going to be a Ling flood pretty soon. There's some more mutas, some more Lings. Yeah, so the fact that Lings are being mixed in now is Beast is just going to go for it. He knows that he's too far behind to actually try and play a real macro game from here, so he's just going to all in. And really the only threat for Sorry is if Lings can actually get into the main. If he's able to just solidify the front, get an SCV block, really there's no chance of Beast actually winning a fight. We've got a bunker already up. We've got 5 Goliaths, soon to be 7 Goliaths, going up against what looks like 6, maybe 12 Lings or so. Now there is a lot of mutas. There's 9 here. He's probably going to wait for the last 2. Yep, there's 11. Now this is going to be him going in. He's got to make it work. If he doesn't, he's going to be down 1-0. Here he comes. Goliaths are on the high ground, not in the greatest position, but Lings just run through. SCV's very late to the party, not able to block the ramp, and actually, Lings getting on top of Goliaths in combination with mutas deal a lot of damage, but a lot of these mutas are extremely bruised. He's got to be careful to make sure he doesn't lose too many all at once. Another muta going down. So many bruised mutas. I think Sorry's just going to hold here. Oh my god, 3 or 4 mutas just instantly evaporating, and with Sorry not actually taking critical mass or critical damage, he ends up just tapping out. Sorry goes up 1-0. Oh, that was devastating. I can't believe those Vultures did so much damage. It was only 3, and they killed so many Lings. So Beast, he's going to have to get it together because clearly Sorry's got good micro. Those Vultures did way too much damage. So let's get into Game 2. Game 2, again, it's going to be on a foreign-made map. This time it is actually going to be on Quintessence, and this is a current BSL map. I've actually never seen it been played just yet. It is a 5-player map, which makes it very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen a pro game on a 5-player map, actually. So this will be very cool to see how both of these players react, not just to playing a new map in general, but also to playing a map with so many spawns. So let's take a look at the actual map. We do have spawns here. Beast is at top left, sorry, at mid right. I think this is a spawn bottom left, bottom middle, and top middle are the spawns. Now, the fact that there are, oh, I guess these are hallucinations. I thought it was going to be similar to, was it Transistor, where they had that like crystal blocking one of the mains? Thought that these may just actually permanently be here and actually block this main, but I guess that's not the case. Now, because it is a new map, is anybody actually going to go for something crazy, or are they just going to play pretty standard? Oh, let me take another look at the main. Now, one thing I noticed instantly by looking at these mains is look how wide open the actual main is for drops. We may see Sorry go for some type of drop play if he ends up going into 12 gas again, and we may actually see Beast. I guess it's probably unlikely that he'll go for drops as Zerg, but Muta Harassment should be very deadly here. If you think about how much area he has to actually cover with turrets, you got to cover here, here, here. It's actually crazy surface area. I'm getting flashbacks to maps like Destination, which are so deadly for Muta play. Now, something very unusual is going on because we've got a 10-10-10 coming out for Sorry, and when I see 10-10-10, the almost only build I ever see is pretty much drop play, and I think this could just be a map specific build. Now, because Sorry has unlikely played this map, I don't know if this is just him reading the map from the get-go or if he actually has practice on here, but this looks like a great opener for him. Now, meanwhile, we do have 12 hatch this time from Beast, followed up with an 11 pool. He's not going to build any extra drones. He is just going to play pretty safe and follows it up with a standard extractor. So again, more 2-hatch play. This is something that we've been seeing more often these days. Really, Soma and players like Zealot and people like that have really been innovating 2-hatch play quite a bit. Now, this factory is extremely quick. It's about 15 seconds faster than usual. So if Beast skips on a sunken colony like he did last time, he may just instantly die to 1 vulture if he reads this incorrectly. Drone comes in. Ooh, actually glitches out a little bit. Looks like he probably wanted to scout the top base, but ends up just, I guess, scouting mid-right. He comes in here and sees the factory. Now, if Beast is really on top of his game, he should know that this factory is way too far along for it to be a normal 12 gas. He didn't get a count on the SCV count, so it is all going to come down to whether he can read the factory timing. And if he can, he should know that this is extremely fast. I expect him to put down a sunken this time. As he is droning and we don't see any links, it's got to be a sunken this time. Now, another thing to mention about this map is it's very similar to a very old school map, Gamagawan, I think is how it's pronounced. And we do have a 3rd base on the high ground with minerals. And it is a mineral only, so it's not 3 gas for Zerg, but it is very impactful. Zerg can really power very quickly, even just off of a 3rd mineral base. And there is that sunken colony going down as expected. Behind this, we do have the starport follow-up, so everything so far really does look like a drop. He's got 2 SCVs on gas. He's going to be banking a little bit of gas here. There is the add-on, so this is probably going to be for mines, could also be for speed. I like mines personally, because when you go for mines and you go for a drop, you can actually lay mines right next to the larva, and because this is a 10-10-10, it hits so fast that the mutas can't actually be morphed. The mines can actually kill the larva before they can actually be morphed, and then all of a sudden Zerg has no larva to actually use. So it's a really killer timing, really killer build. But actually, Sorry's gonna go for Wraith. I'm a little bit surprised at this choice, but because it's so fast, he will be able to get multiple Overlord kills. Now, the real question is can he find the Overlords? Because we see at bottom middle, there's an extremely hidden one down there, another one at top middle. So it looks like really the only real option for him to get damage done is to come to the Nat, kill an Overlord there. Now we do see the Spire is about halfway done, and this Wraith is already done. Now there's the add-on. So the question now is it going to be drops, or are we going to go into Cloak? We do have speed, so Vultures Well, this could just be a run by in combination with the Wraith, but I don't know if that will actually work because the wall is pretty tight. There is that Wraith. It ends up getting one Overlord kill. Spire is still only about 80% done, so this has the potential to deal a lot of damage. And we have to see, is he morphing tons of Overlords? He is. He's got 3 morphing. Tries to kill a drone, almost gets it. But he at least forces out a morph of an evolution chamber. So that's wasted resources. 3rd hatch going down for Beast. So he's going to have killer econ as long as he doesn't take a lot of damage. But here come those vultures. They run straight through the natural all the way into the back. And these slings don't have speed, so they're not able to engage. Drone's being pulled, but he doesn't drill correctly and actually dealing so much damage. He's also probably going to get another Overlord. So many drones going down. So many lings going down. Another vulture just running through. Scourge pop out. Going to wipe out the Wraith, but it doesn't matter. We've killed so many drones at this point. Running into the main now too. Evolution chamber never got canceled either, so that's a lost drone. Is this Sorry just ending it again very quickly? He's up 30 workers to 11. Now the one thing this time he doesn't have is I don't see a command center anywhere, so he is just one basing. We also see eBay has come up. This may just be a one base play, put down maybe 2 more barracks right now. I don't see an academy anywhere, so maybe he is just going to expand. Yeah, he does decide to expand. He's not going to risk throwing his lead and going for an all-in-one base play, but he is in such a fantastic position. Cloak coming in, going to nullify these mutas now, but it's only 1 Wraith, so the mutas aren't going to be that scared. Actually, 2nd Wraith coming in, and Overlord's a little bit too far out of position to actually push these Wraiths back. Now Sorry does need to get up more turrets. He only has 1. SCV is getting constantly picked off, and Wraiths don't have that much energy. This one's going to come out of Cloak pretty soon. And 5 Wraiths or 5 mutas versus 2 Wraith, he should be able to actually clean this up. First Wraith is going to go down. Actually, Sorry is in a bit of trouble if these mutas can manage to kill this 2nd Wraith, because once the Wraith goes down, we have 1 barracks with no Marines. And if we see a Ling flood, this game might actually end. That's what we see. So many Lings coming out from Beast. Really no ground defense for Sorry right now. He has 1 Marine. That's it. Bunker is being built, but it's too late. Lings are already going to be here. Vultures are being produced too. He does have 2 Wraiths though, which will help fend off this army. Vulture comes out. Great SCV control, blocking the ramp, letting very few Lings, and such great SCV control. This was so many Lings, yet they're dealing no damage. Doesn't manage to pick off the Vulture either. Lings just flooding in one by one. Oh, actually, now that's a lot now. That's so many Lings. They finally do get up the ramp, but look at the SCV block. Only a few getting in, but they're wiping out tons and tons of SCVs here. Vulture comes out, tries to save today, but ends up falling down. But now it's 25 SCVs to 11. Lings have gotten into the main. We have 1 Vulture for defense, but we do have 3 Wraiths, which is what you need to start 2-shotting Lings. So actually, Sorry should be able to hold. And behind this, we just see non-stop Lings. But the fact that the Wraiths have survived, I think that this is a bit of an overstep from Beast. Another Vulture may get picked off. No, not enough Lings to actually take it down. And now with Vultures out, 3 Wraiths out, Marines constantly coming out one by one, he should be able to hold. I don't think he's done enough damage. Yet Beast is continuing to build Lings. There's no drones at the natural, none at the 3rd. The econ is just really lackluster. And I think Beast may actually just fall very quickly because Sorry held this pretty easily. Sure, he lost maybe like 6, 7, 8, 9 SCVs, but that's not enough for him to actually lose this game. Scourge come in, don't find any connection. 4th Wraith coming out. Yeah, Beast, you got to transition, man. This is not going to work out unless he's just planning to, you know, maybe sync up like 30, 40 Lings and just go for it one more time. Now behind this, he has finally started to drone, but at this point, I feel like it's too late. 30 SCVs again, 12 drones. Science facility coming up. That's when you know Terran feels confident. If they're building a science facility while an all-in is happening, you know that they're not feeling like they can actually be killed. And once these vessels come out, what's Beast gonna have? Sure, he's got mutas, he's got Scourge, but he doesn't have an econ. Lings do manage to run by, but again, there's 4 Wraiths here. SCVs are pretty strong on their own, and the drill is perfect. Let's see how many SCV kills he can actually get. It was, what, 34 SCVs total? Now down to 30. I mean, he got a few, 5 or 6 right there, but this is not enough. At least he is closing the gap in the worker count, and he does have his third base. But now you got to start worrying about the race actually reaching critical mass. We see that vessels are coming out, so Beast doesn't necessarily have to worry about 5-6 or so race coming out and just two-shotting overlords, or even one-shotting drones. But potentially, Sorry could build a couple more race, and then he just runs around the map and just wipes out a drone line. So Beast is going to have to be very careful to manage his anti-air. If the race ever actually get in, they should deal tons and tons of damage. But thinking to what Beast can actually do, one of the best unit comps you can have versus 1-1-1 is Hydra Lurker. But he doesn't have the resources for that. And actually, the worst unit comp you can have versus 1-1-1 is Mutiling. And that's exactly what we're seeing. We see he's actually getting +1 armor too. But when Irradiate comes out, Irradiate doesn't care about armor. So this feels like it's kind of just going to be Beast hoping that he can actually get some vessel kills and then try and overrun with upgraded armored Mutalisk. But that's going to be so hard. Now the Wraiths do come in, kill a couple drones. He sees that the drone count is extremely lacking, so Sorry should know that pretty much Beast is all in at this point. So really he just has to not survive. I like to see a couple more turrets go up actually. He's got so much econ that really, that's the only way he could lose. A couple more barracks coming in. He does have his academy blinking. Stim is coming in. He's got 2 vessels already. And we see that there's only 4 Mutalisk. So Beast, I think he just dies as soon as Sorry gets up a consolidated army. Even like 2 groups of Marine Medic combined with vessels will be enough. He doesn't even necessarily need tanks. More Vultures coming in. Probably going to try and run by. May try and set up some mines if he has them, or if he has that upgrade coming in anytime soon. Let's see if he actually tries to get in there. Okay, he comes in, pokes a Ling, and is just going to back off. And Vultures, even though they're kind of useless in general, unless they have mines, in this particular scenario, they can just sit in front of the Marines, and that's going to be a lot of wasted DPS from the Lings and Mutas. Really, you want to kill those Marines because that's where the majority of the DPS comes in from the Terran army. Now here comes Beast, but at 7-8 Mutas, Terran's not scared of this. They're just not. We've got 3 turrets set up. I like the vessel placement at the main and the natural. Mutas jump on one of the turrets, but there's an Irradiate. A great split, but that's not enough. Still, Mutas took a lot of damage. Here come the Wraiths to back up the Mutas, or back up the vessel, and they get pushed back so easily. We can see that Beast, he's just fizzling out. He's getting almost doubled in supply. Now here's an actual decent opportunity to get damage done. +1 armor kicked in, but it doesn't matter. Wraiths in combination with Marines are so good. Now the Wraiths shouldn't, or the Marines shouldn't have range, but doesn't matter. Irradiate is too strong, and Beast just instantly GG's. So this was a quick series. Unfortunately, Beast falls and really not showing his actual skill. He's been playing so well lately, but I am very impressed with Sorry. Very nice to see the Vulture control actually really sick. And he is somebody to actually look out for. Like I said, he had one of the hardest groups in KSL. So look for more games from Sorry in the future. He's a very good Terran player. He was on SK Telecom in the past, so obviously very good. But that's going to be it for our best of 3. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.